Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of the Q Racing Podcast. It's your hosts, Hoosier, and
Be Rit.
in this week's episode, we're going to go over some more results from the current April 2022 season of the Q tournaments, some updates for the upcoming May 2022 season, and this week we have a guest with us today, Reaper.
Hey.
And hey, if you want to get us kicked off, be right with what's currently going on with the April 2022 season.
We're currently in our free-for-all series in round 4, basically running the motocross just like we did in the previous team event.
Yeah,
It's going to be challenging for most.
painful
Painful as well.
Yeah.
But challenging overall.
Have you tried it yet, Reaper?
Yeah, I only got level 3 thrusters, so it's been a little bit of a challenge.
I bet, dude. I'm on max, and in the team event, I'm struggling hard, man. I can't tell you how many times I've blown like 33, 35K runs.
For sure.
I'll go in knowing I'm going to fail it. It's pretty irritating, but at least this time it's not going to cost you an event ticket. It only costs you a gem after 10 attempts. So
it's insane, man. You have to catch that first land boost right and hit every land boost after that in the right spot, man.
yeah, yep. And then I guess we can go over some previous rounds of our free for all. What we have, Superbike was round 1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, that's about the only one I think I've done well on so far.
Desert Mile.
Yep, Desert Mile. And then we just finished up the hot rod round. That was definitely a lot harder than I thought it was. What was it? What was the track name? It was front window, I think. Is that what it was called?
For the hot rod, it was
it was Belter Road.
Road. Yeah.
It was Belter Road. And then we're currently on Metal Gear with the motocross. Like I said, like B-Ret said, it's the last team event track. And what's next round is what? The trying to think here.
The Breaking Bad with the supercar.
Yeah,
or the stupid car.
The stupid car. Hey, I'm a fan of the supercar, so that's one of my favorite vehicles. But the Finger GP Breaking Bad, so that should be a fun one. I believe like the overall record I think is with supercars, so hopefully we can get some record breakers in the Q server. But I know the last 2 rounds, what with Monster Truck and Hot Rod, 2 straight rounds in the free for all, where we had world record hits with Mental Case hitting the world record for the Monster Truck, and then what we had
Jane
Jane. It was Jane. Yep, Jane with the Hot Rod hitting the world record. So I mean that's pretty awesome. So yeah, I guess do you want to get into upcoming May 2022 season?
Yeah, go right for it.
All right. As I mentioned in the last episode, we had I kind of previewed a new tournament style. I believe I mentioned it similar to the Q Racing League in the past. And I guess as far as details, I believe we're going to wait, probably next episode. I think we'll go over complete, details on the May 2022 season. But we are happy to say that we do have a name for the tournament. It's we're going to call it Q Squads. So it's I think it's a pretty cool name. Definitely. I mean, it could seem complex to, trying to talk it out, but I think once I have visual, once I introduce rules and stuff, having visuals, I think will help. But overall, I think it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Definitely going to bring a lot of new experience, I think, into the tournaments. So, was there anything you want to add to that? The Q squads?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm learning a whole lot from this season. Can't wait to see what else I can learn from the next one.
Yeah. All right, Reaper. Well, hey, we're happy to have you on here. I've got I think B-Ret and I have got a couple questions for you, I guess, pertaining to, the Q server and all that. But I guess first off, what do you think so far of, our return, bringing back the Q tournaments, and, what was your favorite track, slash setup, track and vehicle, I guess, setup?
Well, I've been waiting for this for quite a while for it to come back, and I'm really happy it did. And I'd have to say my favorite vehicle track combo was this last one. I didn't do too bad on it. Came in sixth.
Oh, the hot rod on Belton
Uh,
Road.
yeah,
Yeah. Yep. Like I said, I was struggling with it. I mean, I had max parts other than coin boost. I had level 3 coin boost, I believe, but uh, it's yeah, I couldn't get the landing right on the bridges. Like I just it wasn't hitting the right way. But
yeah. I probably ran it about 200-300 times.
oh damn, really?
I watched a lot of video.
I guess that was my next question too. Is how many gyms do you think you've burned? Since the return of the Q racing tournaments, if you had to guess.
Probably around 200.
Oh wow.
That's getting some good practice in, man.
Oh, heck yeah.
What is a good tip on how to find a good tune, man?
Really, I just play with it until I find something that works for me.
Yeah, I do the same thing, especially when it comes to like supercar and superbike. I think, in my personal experience, I usually, especially if wheelie boost is involved at the beginning, it's normally grip. Um, Grip is a huge factor. I've come to see and with experience. Suspension is usually pretty low. Um, on situations like that. I mean, yeah, it just takes a lot of playing with because it varies so much between each track. It's just like we're just lucky to have some experienced players in the server that are able to share you know uh, tunes and stuff when it comes to that particular to each track. Uh, Definitely pretty easy and convenient to just ping a player and be like, "Hey, what's the tunes?" and then get it.
Yeah,
But
everybody has their own specialty.
it's crazy how complex the game gets when it comes to that kind of stuff. But and then even with like skins, having certain skins help with performance somehow. Like don't ask me how, but like I've seen firsthand how like having um like a sword and some kind of hat attached, it will help your time and performance, whether it's at the start or hitting a boost or whatever. But uh,
Yeah, I've heard of that stuff, but I've always kind of thought it has to be a myth, man.
right, and I thought the same thing until I actually tried it, and I was like, wow. I think with the supercar, what towards the end of the Q elimination this season, like it was you had to have that sword at the beginning to hit that boost just right at the beginning, and I was like, damn, because you try it without it and then you try it with it, and you're like, there's definitely a difference. It's crazy. Did you not have a sword on yours?
I threw some stuff on there just to see if the myth would work for me, but it didn't.
I mean, I hit the top spot for supercars, so I guess as far as to go over a little more into the May 2022, uh, we are eliminating the Cup Grand Prix tournament. That was the only tournament we ran that wasn't held in the daily race tab in the game. We had pretty decent turnout, but from experience, we've had much higher competition when it comes to daily racing. So I figure we're just gonna stick with keeping our tournaments at least for now in the daily schedule. So I believe we're keeping the free for all. We're introducing this new tournament Q squads, and we're keeping Q elimination. So those are the 3 tournaments that we're looking forward to in next month's season. I guess given that, B-Rat, you got anything else?
Not much. I mean, the season's going pretty well, and you got a lot of competition.
Yeah, it sure has been. It sure has been. I guess compared to starting off with the Cup Grand Prix, which was nothing compared to now. Like, I guess people enjoy the daily more. Is what I'm getting out of it. So that's why we're keeping dailies as our go-to when it comes to competitive racing tournaments.
And the main difference between the dailies and the way we're doing it now, the CPG, you called a random track and a random vehicle.
Right.
It wasn't really a setup that they could see coming or could practice. That was the coolest feature of the CPG, the Cup Grand Prix. But I like the daily runs. It has a lot more people playing, more active.
Yeah. We may just bring it on as like, an unofficial type tourney at the beginning of each season to where, because I think we tracked our times and stuff off of a friends tab and we filtered it by season. And then by having it at the beginning of the season, all the ghosts reset. So it's pretty fair to where, people aren't practicing it ahead of time or haven't tried it, previously within that month. Like I said, it was pretty popular. It sucks that, right now we just don't have the capability to offer more than 3 tournaments in a season. Within a month, I think 3 tournaments, keep it pretty jam packed with things to do. But
yeah, most definitely.
We do offer more things that aren't tournament based. Like we do have a queue list, and Reaper is actually one of the founders of this, and had a huge help in bring it to the server. If you want to go over that a little bit, I'd appreciate it, Reaper.
All right. I kind of got the idea from the TV show Street Outlaws.
Yep.
And I just thought it'd be something fun, in between tournaments or whenever. You can challenge for a spot on the list, keep moving up.
Right.
Make it number 1. You got bragging rights, and I just think it's a lot of fun.
And I agree, and we've definitely had a lot more participation here lately because I guess people. I think the members just kind of get more of an idea what it is now. Because I think when we first introduced it, they're like, kind of unsure about what it was. But I guess to give some more details on that, we have a list in the server. It's a top 10 list. We have a qualifying round at the beginning of every month, and that qualifying round will determine your top 10 at the start, and then players within that top 10 can challenge the player above them, and by challenging them, lately we've just been running it on the daily just because it's been what's been most convenient since we've been in a tournament in most cases. But when it comes to the 10th spot, anybody outside of that 10th spot that's in the server can challenge for that 10th spot. And I think we've got a cap of 10 challenges a month, which is definitely plenty, given a month. But Right now, I'm 1-1. I just lost my last challenge against I8, so he whooped me last round with the hot rod. But
Where are you at on the queue list, Hoosier?
let's see. We'll check it out. Right now, the queue list standings. Right now, Nightmare is sitting at the top spot with the number 1. We got Eagle number 2, MP at number 3. We got I8 at number 4. I'm sitting at number 5. Snars number 6. Boodles is number 7. We got Captain Undies at number 8. Old Reapers at 9, and Fire Blasters holding that 10th spot. So
I think Mental Case beat him last night for
Oh,
that 10 spot.
we did. Yep, he did do that. That was just what? Oh, tonight. Yep, that changed tonight, didn't it? I'll go ahead and edit that right now. Thank you, Reaper.
No problem.
I guess Mental Case just knocked him out for that 10th spot.
Well, I tried last time and I couldn't get him.
You got unlucky though, because I mean, we had a whole debacle with, the server channel, not being transparent enough to people who are challenging. If I think, because you racing with the superbike round or whatever.
It was a supercar round. I think it was in between tournaments round, and I did the best I could with the sport bike. He beat me with the sport bike, and then he double tapped me with the supercar. And the supercar is just not my strengths.
That's his top vehicle right there too. So you just got unlucky.
It is what it is. I'll
Yeah,
challenge you again.
Yep. You got 9 more challenges to go within what? We got how many more days left in this month? We got 8 more days, so use them wisely.
Do they roll over?
They do not roll over. I don't think anybody would go through 10 challenges in a month though. I think that just seems a lot. On top of ongoing tournaments, I just don't feel like people would top out or go over 10 challenges a month. Because I mean, it's inconvenient whenever you're running the same vehicle for a tournament to where you're able to compete for a tournament spot and the challenge spot. But if it's in between tournaments, they're not going to want to find a daily time trial track at the same day,
Yeah.
So that's just my thought on it. But
Reaper, what did you think about the open voting for the free for all? How we did the vehicles?
Oh, I'm disappointed the rotator wasn't in there.
yeah, we decided and said, because in the past we've just chosen 3 vehicles and then had the players vote out of those 3 vehicles, and I think it was B-Ret that actually had the idea to have the players just react, because when we have all the vehicle emojis in our server, just have them react, give them the track name, so that way they know at least what vehicle would be best for that. So I mean, hey, that's on the other players in the server that the old Spud wasn't used. But
Yeah, I think I'm the only one that really likes using it.
I think you are really too. And if I'm being honest I mean, I guess we get more of a sense of what the participants like, what they like using. They don't really go along with what my strong suits are, if I'm being honest. But I mean, hey, we're doing it for them anyways. So, I mean, either way, it's fun, and you definitely learn new things every round.
We do have the adventure tournaments on the
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
server.
if you go over that too, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, I don't know much about it. Mandy and some of them other guys over there have been taking care of that.
Yeah, and that's over in the R&D Mega Racing server. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yep. Do you know anything kind of about? Like, I haven't really looked into it much. I know you guys have adventure tournaments, but as far as how they're managed or kind of style, whether they're challenge based or is just a adventure map given with a certain vehicle? Like, do you know how that's ran?
I think it's just a certain map with a given vehicle.
Okay, so then they just basically tally, distance between the friend list for the season or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, and who manages it over there? Do you know?
I think his name is Wreck-It Ralph.
Paragraph. Okay. Um, and how is there like a duration or how long it lasts, or is it just kind of like ongoing?
From what I've seen, it looks like it's about 5 days.
Okay. Each like is it round based or is it just like each round is 5 days or like how does that work?
I think each round is 1 day, and then you have 5 different track vehicle combos.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess is like how often are you like offering them, or is it just like is it just ongoing like season wise, or is there like a break in between seasons?
From what I've seen, it looks like they're doing them one right after the other.
Okay. All right. Yeah, well, we'll definitely post the server link here in the description on this video too. See if anybody's interested in running the adventure tourneys. Um, also, something definitely new to the Q Racing. It's not really a tournament or anything, but B-Red, if you want to take over the kind of the public event raids we're wanting to introduce here.
Yeah, we trying to get some kind of like a something to do in between the times. Public event races we can just set up to where we meet at a certain time. We always play each track at 1 minute on the clock, and I can always post the schedules and stuff there too as well.
Like I was thinking, like dedicating like an hour to the server. Maybe halfway through, the of the uh, event or something like that, to where because I think if it just trying to hold an event for 4 straight days, I think it'd be a lot of it. I mean, a lot of people finish the event within the first 1 to 3 days, from my experience. So I think having it maybe the second or third day, take an hour, during the day, and just dedicate that to, announcing schedules, which track at at what minute mark. This just something fun, kind of out of the box idea we've wanted to bring to the server. Like I said, we're more than just daily racing. We want to build more of a sense of community, and uh, having players learn and build skill set, and all that. But I'm excited about it. I mean, I'm not so excited about the current public event. It's kind of garbage in my opinion. But
Yeah, but they get better.
what do you think about this current public event though?
That's kind of fun. I'm just running the mono wheel mainly, just using the
Yeah.
jump stock feature and trying to get that down and
And
practice those skills.
I'll only run a couple of them because I know there's a couple of them like the track rotate. Like I know they're garbage. Like I only run like the same two tracks every time. I wait for them to cycle through before I enter them. Like because I only win. Like I've only gotten like 3 or 4 wins total, and I've finished the event already. It took a lot of gems because I was sucking at it, and I don't have VIP or anything, so I wasn't able to get the double. But um, what about you, Reaper? Have you tried the public event?
No, I haven't even started on it.
Ah, damn! So you're missing it. You're missing out on a lot of fun.
I've been spending too much time on dailies.
I feel that, man. I feel that. But yeah, I was being sarcastic by the fun on the public event, by the way, too. So, I mean, some tracks are better than others, but I would say overall, I'd give it about a 5 out of 10.
Yeah,
But
it's not the funnest public event they usually run, but it's not
like,
too.
I'm just trying to think
Yeah.
what the heck they were thinking about putting. I get the jump shocks could be useful, but like, why the fan? Having a max fan on there? I don't understand that portion at all.
Yeah, I'm not too much
Like,
on that either.
the jump shocks work. I mean, they help a lot on a couple like on a lot of the tracks, but I've crashed too many times because of that. But I don't
Hey,
know if they're trying to make it I mean, I think they're just probably trying to make it more difficult. I guess probably adding a fan would be my guess, but
they're trying to make it have a little bit more disadvantage to the other vehicles.
yeah,
It's just making it harder to control, but making you better at controlling it without it. So
right. But usually on like uphill, um, I just don't. They've never done fixed parts on uphill, which is new. At least I don't think they've done fixed parts for uphill. Have you noticed that before in the past?
I really haven't. It's the first time I've seen it,
Yeah.
honestly. But the fixed parts puts everybody on the same playing field, no matter what GP
Right.
at. It doesn't matter. It's
Yeah. I
all
mean, I got nothing
real.
against
So
that. I got nothing against fixed parts. It's just this particular. I've always not been a fan of uphill to begin with, but it's just is a bummer.
What would you say is your favorite one?
Um, I like the multi jump a lot. That's probably one of my favorite. Multi jump, and then like just the classic time trial ones are my favorite. But,
what about you, Reaper?
I like the wheelies.
see, like those are hit or miss. It depends on the vehicle and the track. Mostly for public events,
Yeah,
fine because you can use whatever vehicle, but for team events, it's kind of hit or miss.
yeah, and you can't run it over and over.
Right. Yep.
Well, for
That
me,
be,
I think I dislike the karting events the most.
Oh, the
It,
egg run. Those are a bummer.
Karting and dragging a cart has nothing to do with racing. I like
Yeah.
the I like the wheelies, the multi jump, the air jumps, the long jumps.
Yeah.
I want to see more 2K gas runs though. That would be more fun.
I've not experienced those yet. Like I said, I was away from the game for probably like 10 months, and I don't think I've ever ran one of those before.
one
It's
in the desert was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I've heard it's just 2K meters, and you're hitting gas cans like all the time, is what I've heard from it. But
Yeah, it's fast.
yeah.
gets very insane real quick.
You got anything else for us, Reaper?
No, I'm good.
All
Yeah,
right.
same here. I'm good too.
I guess that just about wraps it up here, guys. Reaper, hey, I appreciate you coming on with us. Um, Burette, same as always. And
Yeah.
until next week, guys.